In this video, we are going to talk about how to do some simple color correction in Photoshop. So we talked about how to do it in Adobe Camera Raw, but sometimes you may want to do some in Photoshop. So if we look at this original picture, we see that overall it has kind of a bluish cast. So the beach grass in the background looks a little too blue, and the sand, it's not yellow, it's looking very bluish, right? And if we look at this color corrected one, we can see the colors are much more vibrant, and the green actually looks green and the yellow sand actually looks yellow. And it actually helps reduce some of the haze. So we can do that with color balance and levels and color dodge and all these kind of things. So if we take a look at this image in Photoshop, we can do some different things. We can use adjustment layers and layer masks to help us out. So you can go into a color balance, and this picture is way too blue, so I would like to bring in some yellows. So I am bringing these in, and I can apply them just to the midtones. I could apply them to shadows and highlights. I might even want to do that on different levels. So here, actually, I've gotten the greens to maybe a little bit more how I like them, the grass, but I don't actually like how it looks in the rest of the area. So what I will do now is use my mask. I want to start by having this color balance, making this layer, but then I want to hide the entire layer. And there's two ways that I can do that. One, I can click on the layer mask and just hit Control I. So that would be one way to do it. Or I could always use my paint bucket and choose black and paint bucket it to make it black. It's a little easier to do Control I. Then I can go in with a white brush and make it larger with my bracket keys. I can even change the opacity of it if I want to build it up slowly. But I think here I'll just kind of show you that if I paint now here, I would do it much more carefully if I was doing it for real. But I can color correct in different areas differently. So actually, you know what? I pin in those areas, but I think it's making that a little too green. So I will hit X to turn my brush black, and then I will mask that area again. So I would first do that, and then I could do another color correction layer or hue and saturation or anything I want. Like I could actually go into hue and saturation instead of master. I could click my blues, and I could see what's it like if I actually bring down my saturation. For my blues, if I bring it up, it makes them ultra blue. If I bring it down, it makes it gray. So maybe I just want to bring it down a little bit in certain areas. Actually, let's make it go up a little bit. So if we want that sky to be really blue, but again, I don't want it everywhere. It looks really crazy on the van. So I do Control I, and then I go back in and I just paint that where I want with, let me hit X so this turns to white. I'm just going to paint it in to the sky. So it's just making an adjustment layer, hiding it, and then painting where you do want to apply that area. You would go on and on to help get rid of some of the haze here. Might do that with a levels layer. Bring in a little bit more yellow for the sand over there and fix this picture right up. But again, you take a picture, you make different adjustment layers, and you mask in just the areas where you want that specific thing to be applied. If you have any questions, please let me know. That's what I'm here for.